Mystic Michaela, spiritual family. Welcome to Know Your Aura with Mystic Michaela, episode 18, all about starseeds. Yeah, I'll get into that. But first, I'm here with Scotty.
Here I am, back again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we had a great weekend. We had the Recovering Empath workshop at our house. We had 3 people from out of town. One from Indiana, one from Minnesota. And one from...
Snowda.
Right.
And
one from Tennessee. And the other 3 were... Well, the other 4 were local. The other 4 were local. Yeah, so it was great.
It was great, yeah.
And you got a gift.
I got a gift. No one ever brings me a gift.
I don't know. You got to stop saying that now.
Well, all right.
People started bringing them
They are.
you.
Yeah. Well, I got pretzels, and that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Because on my vision board that I did for last week's episode, one of the things was have pretzel day.
You manifested it.
I manifested Lindsay bringing me pretzels.
Lindsay brought you pretzels, and it's just amazing how spirit works.
It's amazing. Now, I set pretzel day as March 2nd.
Yeah.
So that's when we're going to do the pretzel day.
Okay.
We might need a few more pretzel options. So I'm assuming that they're going to come in.
I want you to know that the kids they got into the pretzels.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
Really?
They're pretzel rods. Kids love those.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting class, and I learned a lot of things, too. Because
Did you?
Yeah. And because you guys were talking a lot about, like, intentions and everything.
Yes.
And, I'll say one of the people that came, I will not mention them by name, was able to manifest a lot of things.
Okay.
And certain things I didn't even know you can manifest.
Like what?
Well, she was
Oh, yeah, I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, she was able, I didn't even know this was a thing, but she actually was able to manifest, the person that she wanted to be with.
Yes.
All the way
His
down.
job,
everything, including...
She wrote a list of all the things she wanted in a husband.
Yeah.
Including
the size of his you-know-what.
Of his you-know-what.
Yeah,
She literally... And she was serious.
Yeah, and she said that happened.
Yeah, like everything. It was quite specific.
Yes. I had a lot of questions about that, but I didn't ask her.
You didn't want to get
I didn't want to get creepy, people come to have a nice time. They don't want me to be all creepy. But I was just wondering.
She's trying to help us. She's like, listen, this can happen. Because, it's the Recovering Empath class, but at the end we always do an intention. And the intention is supposed to be, really whatever you want. But just because I did the manifestation podcast, a lot of people are talking about what their intentions are and what they want to manifest in the new year. And she was just helping some of the single girls saying, like, hey, look what I did and look what I got. Because she said something about her grandmother telling her to be specific with her prayers, which I always thought that was such a cool way to put it. Be specific with your prayers. So that was hysterical.
That's cool. I've also started a club.
Oh.
Separate from the Mystic Michaela spiritual family.
Didn't know about this.
It's a secret club.
Okay.
And to get in it,
Yeah.
you need to do the shot of Tennessee whiskey, cinnamon whiskey, with me.
Oh.
So right now there's 3 people in the club. Well, you're in the club.
I'm in the club.
You're in the club, yeah.
Thank you.
You're a co-founder. Yeah, I'm a real founder, but we'll put you on as co-founder.
About me being in the club.
Yeah, but you're in the club.
Okay, you
and right now there's 3 members in there. There's Danielle. Okay. Danielle, Amanda, and Alicia from Minnesota.
Right, from the Recovering Empath workshop.
Yes, she did a shot. We snuck off and we did a shot.
Yeah.
When you guys were all talking about fruity things, I said, "Let's get your purple out." And she's like, "Yeah, let's do a shot."
Yeah, because she needed to get her purple out.
Yeah, she got her purple out. So
you're helpful that way.
So there's 3 members, and you're the co-founder. But all right.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
But all right.
All right. So Scott, today I am going to be talking about starseeds.
Yes, and when you sometimes give me homework.
I do.
And I didn't know what that was.
Really?
I was looking through seeds and stuff. I found sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds.
Yeah.
All these things.
Right. You have no idea what I talk about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No.
But what happened was you were talking about look up rainbow colored auras and all these things. And things that popped up were about aliens.
Yes.
So I did a little work.
I always love when I give you the podcast topic. You have no idea what we're talking about.
No idea.
But I love that you just come forward with what your assumptions are, and I think that it's so pure and authentic. And I want to hear what you know. Go ahead.
So this is what I found out. Mm-hmm. Okay, so signs that you've been abducted by aliens. Oh. Is what I really started to focus on. So I went away from the pumpkin seeds and the star seeds.
Yeah.
And just signs that you've been abducted. Okay, and I'm not really into this alien nonsense and what is it, Area 57 or whatever, 51, whatever. Yeah. And we're all going to go there and meet there in the desert.
Do you believe in aliens, though? Like, really, do you?
Well, it makes sense logically that there would be. Yeah. Because there's, like, billions and billions of galaxies and, you know, infinite amount of solar systems and all that jazz. I don't know all this stuff, but I would assume there would be. Yeah. Like, why would we be the only ones?
Like, when you go to a planetarium and they start talking about how insignificant we are, you're like, there has to be other things.
Yeah. There has to be.
Yeah.
So anyway,
so you believe.
So I believe,
a believer.
Yeah. I'm a believer. I don't know that they're here on Earth.
Do you think they're hanging, like they want to make contact with you?
Well, that's what. That's what I'm a little scared about right now.
Okay.
Because after I did the research, let me show you my findings.
Oh my. Right. Okay.
So the first one is, and these are in no particular order, by the way, but loss of time, meaning that you might have lost 10 minutes of your life a day.
Yes.
Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, once.
That's
a crazy experience. It's a crazy phenomenon. Like, people will be like, I'm driving and I know it. I look at the clock and it's midnight. And the next thing I know, I'm still driving and it's 5 a.m. And, like, where did that time go?
Yeah.
That happens to people.
Okay. But only it happened to you once.
Yeah, not when I was driving. Another time.
Driving. Yeah. I mean, I think this happened to me a few times. But,
really?
All right, let's move on. Number 2, again, no particular order. Mm-hmm. You hear a tapping or a humming noise right before you're about to go to sleep. Now, I thought about this, and that could be just the sound of me snoring.
I've heard that, though.
But you've heard that?
Yeah, and my mom, like, because, you know, my mom's a psychic, too. Like, she will talk about how she hears the hum of them paying attention to us.
Really?
Yeah, it always freaked me out growing up.
The feeling of being watched.
Okay, well, that could be a lot of things.
Now, one time we caught our neighbor looking in our window, and that could be that. I don't know.
You could have a peeping Tom.
Right.
Or it could be a little green man peeping on you.
Yeah. Nosebleeds?
Like a lot of nosebleeds. Context?
Like you just get a nosebleed. Well, one time I got punched in the nose. My nose started bleeding.
Well, it's dry. I get
they could be thinking that.
So I don't.
Okay. All right. This one's a little strange. You wake up with your pants unbuttoned.
Stop
or like
it.
Anything. Like
Is that a real one?
Yeah, that's a real one.
Really?
Yeah. You wake up with something like undone.
There's like too many things that could have happened there.
Yeah. That could be HR department's issue. But, and I'm getting a little nervous here. The ability to see colors around people.
Oh, stop it.
Okay, that was not that. I made that one up. Okay. I made that one up. Neck problems. And, my neck was hurting that one time.
Why?
I don't. They didn't really give explanations. They just said these are the things that would happen.
How reputable are your sources for your research today?
Extremely reputable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now this one happens here all the time.
Ooh.
Electrical malfunction.
Okay, that's like spirit stuff though too.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
This one would definitely apply for both of us. Going crazy.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
That happened a while ago.
Yeah. Now this is strange. I'm not gonna lie. When I was going through this, I was really thinking it was me that was abducted by aliens. But now I'm thinking it might have also been you.
I was not. I don't think I've been abducted by aliens.
Because here, right before the podcast,
right?
What did you say you needed to do? Take more what?
Naps?
Well, naps and vitamins.
Oh, I do. I feel so depleted.
And one of the top signs is the urge to take vitamins.
Stop it.
I swear to you.
Really?
Yes. You're freaking me out. Are you an alien?
I was just saying that to you right before because I was so tired. And then I'm like, why am I tired? And I'm like, oh, it's because I need to take different vitamins.
You might have been abducted.
Oh, stop.
All right.
I think I remember that. I have a pretty good dream memory.
You also could be afraid of the closet.
I'm afraid of the closet.
Are you afraid of the closet?
I am. I don't like it open when I sleep, but I think that's everybody.
Right. No. They said people would like to close the closet door.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate the closet being open.
Yeah. Do you have a compulsion to be a vegetarian?
Yeah. I don't like eating meat, but I force myself, but it disgusts me.
What planet do you think they abducted you from? The abductors came from?
I think it was from the Avatar planet.
Okay. Now, this one, I don't know. I mean, this is a strange one. A sore buttocks. That's like Forrest Gump or something.
I'm good.
That one you're good with. I might have issues with that one.
Why do they want to play with your butt?
A sore buttocks.
Like, that's always the conspiracy theory, that they're playing with your butt.
Do you have the compulsion to study quantum physics?
No, not in the least.
Okay, that's good.
Not in the least.
I did it like for a while.
When?
Yeah.
When?
Early 2000s.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, remember that was like the cat in the box. Is the cat dead or not dead when you give him the poison? Schlesinger's, Schlunker's cat or something like that. Shoddy's cat or something.
Pull this stuff from.
What was that guy's name?
Where? I don't know.
Schwingeler's, Schwingelingading's cat.
A
whatever.
green person will know.
Yeah, a green person will. And the last one, and this one, I have been seeing this lately. Seeing hooded figures that are all dressed in black.
Like from Star Wars?
I don't know, but like I've kind of like
looks like that.
I've been like noticing like
I don't see
we are in South Florida, so there's a lot of people.
There's a lot of stuff in South Florida.
There's a lot of shady people with hooded.
I don't even look twice anymore.
With hoods on, yeah.
About the people who are shady.
All right, so I think we've both been abducted.
All right.
Maybe you more than I.
Possibly.
It's possible. So I got nervous, and then because now I think I've been abducted by an alien.
It's not even about that I'm talking about today. Like, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
I know, but we got to explore this.
Do we?
Yes. And I came up with, so now I don't want it to happen again.
Oh.
I don't want the sore, buttocks and all those things.
You have a sore butt?
Once or twice. All right.
What's going on?
It was, again, early 2000s.
Trust me, I'm the one that's up all night. Nobody's taking you anywhere.
Okay.
You are up there all night. Trust me.
But here's the thing. I've come up with a game plan for us.
Okay.
Okay. And I call it, there's an acronym. I call it MIR.
MIR.
MIR. If we can just remember these three letters,
okay,
I think we'll be okay. Okay.
What do they stand for?
Okay. So the M stands for block their mind control.
Mind control.
Mind control. If we can block their mind control, we're going to do a lot better.
Okay.
That's the M.
I can do that.
Okay, M.
Brick wall.
Mind control. Brick wall. Number 2, use our intuition.
Okay.
So if we know they're coming,
yeah,
they can't abduct us.
Oh.
That's the I. Okay? And this is for everyone that feels they've been abducted.
Yeah.
And then the last letter is the R, which is used time-tested materials to fend them off.
Where's the R there?
Yeah. Well.
Resources?
Resources.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I just made sense for you.
Okay. So MIR, I thought it went well together. That's why I put the R there. But resources. And then, what could you use? So time-tested substances, such as maybe like weed killer.
What are you? You sound nuts.
Urine. You could.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Where do
you have to fend them off?
Like urine fends them off.
Well, you have to use what you feel are
face,
time-tested substances, like resources, like you called resources. That would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, like weed
like
killer.
Like a dog. Like an angry dog.
Maybe the urine of an angry dog.
Well, you're very.
Because it's got to be liquid.
Oh, it's okay. You didn't.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Specify that at all, Scott.
Yeah. It's got to be liquid.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, what you understand is like I've been up all night doing this stuff, and once you really start reading the material,
deep dived in there.
Yeah, you get into it, and you.
Is this why you're like stockpiling like tinfoil and been putting it on the windows and crap?
Yes.
Oh my god!
And I wear that weird hat.
Yes.
I got rid of my Alabama hat, and right now I'm wearing my tinfoil
covered in tinfoil. Jesus.
So there's another thing. Okay, so now we know how to fend them off. Just remember, guys, MIR.
Right.
Okay.
Nothing else today.
Right. Just remember that.
Remember Scott's acronym he made up. Since the R doesn't make sense.
Resources.
It should be like liquids.
Liquid. MIL.
MIL.
Yeah.
Mother-in-law.
Maybe I can change it, but now you're confusing people. Okay.
All right.
Now, since we've both been abducted.
Right.
I've also looked up how we can cope with our abduction.
I have zero trauma from my.
No, you really do. You don't know that you do, but you do. Okay. So the first thing is we can read other accounts and we can join support groups.
Oh, I bet those are entertaining.
Yeah. So I think after the show, I'll start calling around. They're very secretive. They're hard to find.
Yeah.
But some of them are starting to appear. Okay. So we need to find a support group.
I'm not like completely unconvinced like people get abducted though, because like there's a lot of accounts of like hypnosis in certain areas of the country where there's been like they've been plagued by these things. But then I read this thing where a lot of abductions are actually about it's like metaphors a lot of times for colonialism and like other parts of our humanity that that like come out in this metaphor of abduction and things like of that nature. But the hypnosises are hard to fight against because you see these people and they all have the same accounts. It's scary.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right. The second thing we should do, and we already do this, surround yourself with crystals. Maybe they don't like crystals.
I don't know. Okay. I mean, they traveled 4 billion light years to get here. Like, I don't know if like smoky quartz is going to keep them away from me.
What if I throw like a hematite stone at them?
I don't know. You know what I mean? I think like they got here and that's like the one thing.
Okay.
Unless it's like a Superman situation, like kryptonite.
All right. The other thing, and now we're going against the third thing we need to do to cope, which is we don't tell our family because they're going to Baker Act us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't tell anybody.
Let's not tell anybody about this.
Yeah, don't tell anybody about this. Okay. Don't tell anyone. Even though this is being taped and broadcast.
They won't tell.
17 people.
They're going to tell.
I'm just kidding. All right. And the last thing is, whatever you do, do not do what the aliens told you to do.
Really?
Yes. Do not do it. Now, you're going to have the urges sometimes.
Yeah. They make you.
They make you do things. But if you feel that, you don't do it.
Okay.
So if we can do that, I think we'll be okay. And then we have our thing. And then the last thing I think we're going to have to do.
Yeah.
Because if this happens again, we should get paid so we can insure ourselves.
What?
There's a company.
What?
There's a company in Florida.
What? Of course it's in Florida.
Of course it's in Florida.
Of course.
And
that should surprise nobody.
They came out in 1987, and they will sell you alien abduction insurance for the low price of $19.95. I actually got it for you.
Oh, thanks.
Because I didn't want it to happen again.
Oh.
And it's transferable.
What happens, like...
So you could transfer it to me.
Oh. Yeah. Like, so if I get abducted, what do you get? Like $20 back?
No, I get millions.
Really?
Yes.
But you have to prove it, right?
There's like some red tape and stuff, but I'd be a millionaire.
Okay.
And you'd be having issues with closets and things like that, but I'd be a millionaire. Maybe they want to hear more about these starseeds.
Great information. As always, it truly has nothing to do with what I'm going to be talking about. All right, so today we're talking about starseeds, and here's the thing. Like, it's alien stuff. That is true. And I never like sounding like some crazy psychic lady. Like, I understand I see colors around people, and that sounds nuts and stuff like that. But, like, I really do see them, and, like, I feel like I try to make it logical so that I don't feel so, like people believe it or whatever. So that's, I can kind of make it applicable to you. But this is where it gets a little gray area, like where people are like, what? So here's the thing. You can go online like Scott did, and you can read all sorts of crazy stuff. I will tell you how I see it firsthand from myself without any sort of elaboration from what you can Google. And because I have had experiences that are a little different. And like normal for me is talking to people who've crossed over and spirit guides. Like that's normal to me. And they feel a certain way and I'm very familiar with them. Not normal is when I feel something else. And this doesn't happen often. It's very rare, but it's happened. And the thing is like with those who've crossed over, they just feel like people who are dead. Like they don't feel scary or mean, or they're people and they're dead. Like, so they just feel that way. Spirit guides feel heavenly, celestial, like they are of a much higher vibration. Like they are about kind of like how the universe works and like our soul purposes and things like that. Like what you want to call that, which is greater than us, or God, or, the workings of all of it. Those are spirit guides. That's a different energy. But once in a while, I will feel something else. And they don't feel heavenly. And they don't feel like they come from a place of that which is greater than us, or God, or whatever you want to call it. They just feel like they're from somewhere else. And they feel like they're kind of tapping in to our consciousness. Kind of like if somebody was kind of tapping into your Wi-Fi at your house. like when I feel that, like I felt it a couple times during readings on people, like I'll feel dead people around them. I'll feel their guides around them. Once in a while, like maybe I can count on one hand the amount of times it's happened. Like I'll do a reading and it's like, who is that? Like what is that? And they always know that they're getting information from somewhere else. These people are called starseeds. So it is possible, from what I see it, that reincarnation happens. I feel it all the time. In my life, it's not even abnormal to me. I feel like it's completely something that we all go through. We reincarnate in this lifetime to learn different soul lessons with different filters, meaning different personalities, the ability to wear different aura colors. You know, like I feel like we come through lots of different times. And I should do a show on past life stuff because that's really interesting. And I feel like, you know, the majority of us have had many lifetimes on this planet. But a starseed is somebody that has come from another, let's say, star system or planet or dimension or something like that. And they haven't always been human in their reincarnated lives. And usually the way that I see it is they're benevolent beings. Like they want to help the planet, and they want the humanity and the humans here to shift into a higher vibration by raising the spiritual awareness of the people around them. And not all of the starseeds are awakened yet. Like you could be a starseed and you're not quite sure. Like they always have like an awakening moment. Some are just born this way. There's kind of different things that I personally see when I do starseed readings. So I know it's like crazy sounding, but I really see like in my readings once in a while people who have this deep inner knowingness that they may indeed not be of like the human race all the time. Like they're more starseed. Like yes, they're human. They were born into a human body. They have all the functions of being a human and whatnot, but their soul, you know, hasn't always been reincarnated into the human form. So a lot of times they're found in you can find them in all sorts of fields, you know, the humanities, law, medicine, teaching, any walks of life that have to do with service and system, like how to get people kind of moving on a smoother scale where there's not as much fighting or conflict. That's kind of like the starseed thing. They don't like fighting. They don't like conflict. They don't understand these things. So right now, like obviously, and it's been this way for a long time, like humans and the way that we live on this planet is very ego-based. It's a very fear-based reality. We're always scared. That's how our species uses survival tactics to stay alive. Like we're always scared. Like if you look, you know, the news or what's going on or when people are like, everybody's scared. And that's the ego. And the starseed thing, and I feel like this is something like if you believe in life on other planets, possibly some of them have gotten over that. Like they don't operate on ego based. They're more of like a higher shift in consciousness or vibration. And they're trying to bring that to us. So obviously, like we need some help, you know, and they're, you know, around the millennium, they say that there's been some sort of shift and a raising of vibration, a raising of consciousness. And I feel like if you kind of pay attention, you've seen that. Like people are just way more comfortable with talking about this kind of stuff that we talk about on this podcast, just in daily life. And even the people that, like, you can find other people to talk about this stuff with if you look a little bit. So these starseeds are supposed to, like I said, you know, raise our vibration so that we can transform and we can transcend and we can kind of just get to a better places as a people. So they're kind of like volunteers as well. So like, it's like if you're a starseed, it's because you volunteered to do this work. And they want to, being on this planet and being a human is the hardest existence. Like it's very difficult. Most of the people that you meet and know have been human. And what I mean by that is they've spent their entire reincarnated lives as human. Like all their lives they've been human. But our life form is one of the most intensely hard life forms that I feel like you can take on as an energy. And it's because of the ego and the fear and stuff like that. And our brain we get is actually hardwired against our soul growth. So the body that we get is actually, it's in direct conflict with our soul. So that's why we always feel torn. Like, that's why it's always so hard to, like, move forward and stuff like that, because your brain literally doesn't want you to. It wants you to just, like, live your life, you know, as long as you can, you know, until you don't anymore. And then, like, that's your survival instinct. So it's hard here to learn your spiritual and soul growth and soul contract lessons in this body. So the thing is with starseeds and stuff like that, you know, they don't do that. Like, they're more intensely aware of the difference, and they're not as attached to their brain being as hardwired. So I see them in aura color. Like, I can kind of pick them out in aura color, and I see them with two different kinds. I see rainbows, like rainbow auras, and I see crystal auras. And rainbow auras are kind of like, they're shifty. Like, I call them rainbows. Like, sometimes it looks like a rainbow, but sometimes it can kind of also take on, you know, it can shift and change a lot. So it kind of almost looks like a filter, like if you, or like, you know, lighting that changes a lot on a stage or something like that. And crystals, they look like, there's like a crystal around them. Like, I don't know how else to say it, like a clear crystal, like if you put it up to the light, that's what it looks like around them. But a lot of them wear other colors to try to, like, blend in with the rest of us. So, you know, I'll see, like, crystals wearing, you know, green or purple or something, and I'll see rainbows doing the same thing. Rainbows fit in a little bit better because the way I see it is they've had lifetimes here, more than one lifetime as a human, even though they don't originate as a human. And crystals, this is like their first time around usually. And like here's the thing, and I don't see this myself, but you can get really into it. And there's like people that will tell you what planets they originate from, what star galaxies and stuff like that they originate from. Like, I don't personally go there in my readings with people, and that's not the kind of stuff that I do, but sure, why not? Because there is a difference between crystals and rainbows, and they do feel like different species almost. But we'll call them all starseeds because it's kind of, their same purpose is the same, to kind of keep things running smooth. So here are some signs of being a starseed. And it's kind of crazy because sometimes it sounds like the empath signs. But the difference with starseeds you have to understand is they kind of just, they're a little off. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, they kind of don't, like, they're human and stuff, but they kind of, like, don't always fit in. So they're always kind of like oddball-ish in a way that is friendly and okay and stuff like that, but like a little separate. Okay, so signs of a starseed. So usually starseeds feel apart from humanity in general. They're like, I don't get this fighting. Like, what is this about? Like, it's you know, like parties, everything. It's kind of like, what is this? Where empaths get it, they just choose to stay away from it. Starseeds, like, literally don't get it. Like, they don't understand it. Starseeds can handle large groups of people, but not for long amounts of time. Starseeds have knowledge that don't feel like it's theirs. So they can have glimpses of another life form. They can always be dreaming of home, very connected to this kind of stuff, like UFOs, you know, galaxies, like Scott said, quantum physics. Like, they can be really into kind of celestial stuff, like in a way that's almost over the top. At various points in a starseed's life, they end up downloading new information, and manifestation rapidly happens. So, like, a lot of them aren't awakened, so they go through points of awakening, and it can happen super quick. It says that, like, starseeds have some sort of, like, internal clock within them that gives them this inner knowing of how and when to grow and act. So they don't, like, question it, they just start growing. And it's because they're, like, downloading information from this other galaxy or culture or starseed village somewhere out there. They're like downloading it. It's kind of like I said, like when I read sometimes people and I feel like something else, and it's like they're tapping into our Wi-Fi, I like to call it, that it can also download on people. Like, here, we're gonna, you know, just like a computer, like, we're gonna update you. You're gonna give you an update. And that doesn't happen to all of us. So that's like a starseed thing. They're highly developed empaths, but they have a hard time being in a solid relationship. Like, it's just easier for them to be single, and usually they don't lament it too much. It's just kind of how it is. Innocents flock to starseeds, children, animals, elderly, sick. Like, it's just kind of like they're safe people. It's like a safe being. People often get uncomfortable by starseeds. Like, they're fascinated, but they'll keep a distance. The ways of the government and our human systems are confusing to starseeds, most especially the ones that lack compassion and don't believe that there's abundance or universal empathy for all members of a society. Like, class systems are super confusing to starseeds. Like, just things like the healthcare system, like, why doesn't everybody have it? Like, things like that, like, that there's not some, like, I guess we... You know, our own ego calls that things, you know, like we would say, well, it doesn't work that way. Not everybody can have the same, you know, that's just, you know, some people have more, some people have less. That's the way it is. Starseeds don't look at it that way. And it's probably because they're from other planets where it really does not have to be that way. But again, there's a consciousness that is different from the ego. It's separate from the ego, where everyone is kind of the same, like where you don't have to fight to survive. I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying it's different. And I'm saying that they replicate that and they don't understand how we do things. Like, the culture of lack we have as humans does not exist for starseeds. So, like I said, starseeds are rainbows or crystals, and they give off this mysterious vibe of an old soul and all-knowing. So like I said, rainbows, you know, they're kind of shifty. It looks like they can, like, change forms with their auras. They can mold but they've been here a little longer. Cyndi Lauper is the only celebrity I can think of that has a rainbow aura. Okay, like, you know, I feel like, you know, she can make it in the industry, but she's a little wacky, you know, but also she's relatable. Like, you feel like you could probably talk to her and stuff like that. Like, she has a rainbow aura. I can't think of anybody else who's famous. Like, I can think of people who I've read who have one, but I can't think of anybody else who's famous who has one. Crystal aura. Keanu Reeves has a crystal aura. And like, if you read about him, like, and especially with this new relationship he's in, I mean, he's just he doesn't care, you know, like, he won't touch people. Like, he has a presence about him. There's certain things about him that people will acknowledge are very different, yet he can fit in. Yet he's really big on bringing us, you know, higher awareness. And it's interesting, the movies he's always been attracted to, like these sci-fi movies and things like that. So, yeah, like I said, though, they wear cover colors to blend in. I want to take your questions. So Jessica, who is an admin on the Mystic Michaela Spiritual Family page, started a thread for, like, some frequently asked questions. So let's take Scotty's back. Scott, so let's take their questions about what starseeds are and what it means.
Okay, great. And, you know, I locked down the house while you were doing that.
MIR.
MIR.
Yeah.
Mental block.
Right.
Intuitive.
Right.
Make sure you know they're coming. And then resources.
With liquids.
Got
it.
All right.
We're protected.
Yes,
we'll tell the children when they get home. It won't be scary or weird at all.
No. But, well, hold on. They said not to tell your family.
Oh, we can't tell the kids?
I don't know. Because I don't want to get Baker acted. All right. So Kim asks, from the Mystic Michaela Spiritual Family.
Right.
If one is a starseed.
Yes.
Would something like a past life regression be useful, or would it be too weird, too strange?
Okay, so the thing was, like I said, rainbows can have had more than one lifetime as a human. Crystals, not so much. Also, I feel like I said, I feel like they're different species, but I don't usually get into it. Like, you could go crazy, by the way, Scott. Like, you can go, like, they have, like, each planet everyone's from, like, reptilians and...
Oh, my God.
Like, this bird one and all these other ones. But, like, whatever. So, I feel like hypnosis might be actually really cool to do it. And you, as we learned from Brett Sorrell in Demystifying Hypnotherapy, you're in control of your hypnotherapy session. So it's not like anything can happen to you that you don't want to happen, or you can't go somewhere that you don't want to go to.
Okay. Now this person asks, Heather asks,
yes.
What if you decide to dress up like Mr. Spock on weekends? Does that make you a starseed?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Usually they're really into sci-fi stuff. I don't think anybody asked that, but I do. Actually, you actually brought up a good point. They're usually really into sci-fi stuff.
So they'd really be like big, beam me up, Scotty.
Okay, so your friend Glenn.
Yes.
Has a rainbow aura. So we have a friend.
Is he a starseed?
Yeah, and I told him that, and he was like, I know. And we have a friend named Glenn, and, like, he has kids and stuff, and, like, we know because he was our neighbor and then he moved, whatever. So it's a very normal way that we know him. He's such a freaking rainbow aura and he knows it. Like, he's like, I know. But he's so obsessed with, like, he watches all those sci-fi shows on his own.
He's, like, good with computers.
But we don't know what he does. He's know what he does. He's, like, so freaking smart. Like, we're like, what are you talking about? But, like, he does well for himself.
He's
but, like,
very interesting to talk to.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Linz asks.
Yes.
Would a starseed find another starseed as a mate?
Starseeds have a hard time in relationships, and they can get kind of weirded out by each other. So, like Keanu Reeves, who has a crystal aura, like, he's with this, this new girlfriend, and which, by the way, I found it very interesting because, like, they're age appropriate, and, like, Hollywood started freaking out, and I think it's because she, like, doesn't have facelifts and she doesn't. Like, he's dating somebody who looks normal.
But she's not a starseed.
No, she's not.
Okay.
She actually feels very, like, understanding of him,
Okay.
So I think, like, a starseed can be with somebody who understands who they are and their limitations and the days that he's not talking so much and the days that he is. And
could you be another type of seed or is it just starseeds?
It's just starseed.
You can't be like a pumpkin seed?
Pumpkin seed?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Just a starseed?
Yeah. Okay. Good question. Really good question.
Thank you. This is from Mackenzie. Do starseeds feel less alone when they're with other starseeds? Do they, like, have, like, now this is not her, I'm just adding to this, like, do they have, like, a secret code, like, hey, I'm a starseed, and they put up like a pinky finger or something?
I think they know, like, when someone else is like them.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I think they're kind of like, got it. It doesn't mean they're going to be best friends, but it does mean that there's, like, an awareness or an attraction there.
Okay. How do you know if you're a starseed that you've, like, done your mission here on Earth?
That's hard because I feel like they, just like us, have these needs. Okay, so we all have this mission on Earth. It's called our soul contract. Starseeds just have one that's a little bit bigger or something. Like, they can actually experience intense depression and moments of sadness and things like this, like the rest of us can, if they're not fulfilling their mission. Do they have, like, I feel like they know intrinsically, like, where they're going next, because any starseed I've talked to, they understand that, okay, my next placement won't be here. I'll go back to where I'm going, where I'm from. Like, they can tell, like, or the next time I'm going to do this, or the next time, like, they can actually, it's almost like they know how they're coming back and in what capacity. Okay.
Interesting. This person asks, does anybody know Keanu or Cyndi Lauper?
Is that you that asked that?
That was me.
Yeah.
Kelly said she has him on speed dial.
I just think Keanu probably doesn't even have a cell phone. He's probably so odd like that, like so crystal.
Like, maybe he just uses, like, radio wave, like an antenna in his head.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Something like that.
Yeah. Maybe he uses a phone booth.
Well, he was in the Matrix.
Yeah.
He's been there. He took the other pill. So,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He knows.
He took the vitamins. Going back to vitamins.
Oh,
okay. All right. Well, we know Glenn.
Right.
I know Ryan down in, I think he's in Hollywood, around that area.
Yeah, we're going to meet him.
He's coming to the Mystic Michaela spiritual event.
He's a crystal. Yeah.
But we also have a spotlight on a client.
We do. My client, Nikki Adelson, she has a rainbow aura, but, like, she has this purple cover over it. And it's interesting because when I read her, she had no idea what her color was, which a lot of starseeds are like, huh? Because they're different. They don't fit into the categories. They're a little different. So, so she's got purple too, but that's her blend-in color. Okay. And, like, I just read her and I was like, I think it was just like, whoa, like, because I get excited when I see auras that are different. It's hard because it's like, I know I might sound crazy and you just have to kind of believe me but I'm like an aura nerd. I'm like, oh my God, you have a rainbow aura. This is so crazy. And then I start just talking about it and I hope you understand. So I guess I said these things about her. I said that rainbows have the ability to transcend cultural divides. And I told her that she is really good at making systems, like creating flow, bridging gaps between people and information, that she's really good at just talking to other people, and that she has to read people for a job, but in a corporate sense, and send them on their path. Well, apparently, she's a chartered financial analyst, a CFA. And previously, she was an investment advisor. So that's the thing with these like rainbows auras. Like they're smart. They're okay. Like, it's kind of like they're naturally smart, and they don't have to spend a lot of time learning things. They pick it up quickly. That's another thing with rainbows and crystals. They're very smart people.
So right off the bat, I'm not even like sure what she's doing here. Like, is that
none of us are? No, no, some people are. No, it's like I don't know what this is, but like when I psychically was picking it up before she told me, I'm like, I feel like she bridges gaps. Like, so it's like somebody needs something from somewhere else, and she's the bridge. Okay. Which is super starseedy of her, because starseeds like to make communication smooth between systems, because then there's less conflict. Okay, when there's less and money, and because she's a financial analyst, money and things like that, all those are energy. And in our planet, in our world, it's a currency of communication. Energy, money is a currency of communication. The smoother you can operate currency of communication, the better people will get along. And that's just kind of what she's in charge of, if you look at it like a very elevated level. So she decided to branch out and recruit for companies who are looking to hire within the financial industry, because she doesn't want to work for other people, which is a purple thing. But also, starseeds have a hard time working for others. She recruits for companies in the U.S., Canada, and some parts of Europe. So here's the thing. She has a super large database of candidates in the financial industry and in sales in general. She just knows a lot of people. People trust her. The rainbows in particular, very friendly, very trustworthy. I mean, look at Cyndi Lauper. Wouldn't you just like go up to her and tell her anything?
It's possible. I don't know, because I never met her.
Yeah.
I mean,
she feels so approachable.
She looks a little kooky.
Yeah. Well, Nikki's like that.
I never met.
Nikki's not kooky, but Nikki's like very approachable.
Yeah. And she's Canadian.
Canadians are so friendly.
They're so friendly. I've never met
I've never met a rude
friendly.
Canadian.
Me neither.
I hope I don't.
Me too.
If you or someone that you know is looking to hire you guys and would like the assistance of a recruiter, please contact Nikki. You can contact her at Nikki Recruits, NICKYRECRUITS@gmail.com, or follow her on Instagram. She has like some really interesting stuff on there that explain what she does. Nikki Recruits, or LinkedIn under Nicole Adelson, ADELSOHN. And here's the thing, like, if you mention that you heard about her through this podcast, she'll give you 5% off her existing rates. And even if you don't know somebody, like, if you don't know what she does, like, she's a CFA, she's an investment advisor, and she's a recruiter, basically. So reach out to her and be like, hey, I do this, could you help me? Because that's just ask her, could you help me? This is what I do. And
she could probably help with like a lot of things.
Yeah, I think she could. I think she really could.
I'm going to ask her to help me with something. I haven't decided what yet.
She could probably help us.
She'd probably help us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just good like that. But if you don't know, like, if you just reach out to her, she'll let you know if she can help you or not. So that's Nikki, and that's my rainbow. And I don't know a lot, so it was super exciting to have one for a client. And that's my spotlight on a client.
Cool. Well, yesterday, you gave me other homework.
Yeah.
Not such enjoyable homework for me. And that was to watch The Bachelor.
Scott has a red aura, and he cannot get over that Pilot Pete is so young looking. Okay. And I had to hear this so many times last night, you guys.
He's a minor. There's no way he's not a minor.
We released it on Thursday, but like we're recording this Tuesday morning. So we watched it last night, and
he's a minor.
This is what I heard over and over again.
Pilot, what's his name? Pilot Pete?
Does
he have like a name?
His name's Pete Weber.
Oh, okay. I thought Pilot was his first name. His last name was Pete.
It's fun to call him Pilot Pete.
All right.
And like make a lot of aviation.
All right. Even if he isn't a minor and he is of like voting age, there's no way he's of drinking age.
Okay. I think he's 28.
No.
Yeah.
He is not 28.
Well, now he's got a scar.
Okay, I didn't watch the end. I only watched the first 25 minutes.
Like if you look at his recent pictures.
Oh, he's got a scar?
Yeah.
Well, that's good for him. Because that might make him look like 22 now.
He might look a little older now.
There's no way he's not like... He reminds me of like a high school senior.
He looks very young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were, I think the girls were all like 27, 26.
They're like 23, man.
Yeah.
Well, some, like the old ones, like the ones, like, I don't know what the cutoff is.
They're like cougars compared to him.
Like that one that he met, like before in the hotel or something. I want, just so you guys all know, I will never remember anyone's name. It's bad like that. But the one he met, she's got high cheekbones, and he met her at the hotel before. He met her and all the girls hate. She looks a lot older than him. She just has a more mature look to her.
Right.
Like, but I think that's going to be the rest of his life. He's always going to have that baby face.
Yeah. I mean,
his dad looks young, though.
Yeah, well, his dad had like that mustache.
The mustache helps, but if you took that off and dyed Dad's hair, like his dad looks really young.
Yeah, he should go to the mustache.
I don't think anyone should grow a mustache. I'm against mustaches.
Now, I watched the first 30 minutes or so.
Yes.
And who comes out but this Hannah Brown?
Hannah.
Oh, okay. You know.
You have a theory.
If I know who Hannah Brown is, that means she is being way overused by ABC.
ABC.
And the podcast a few weeks ago, I did make the joke.
You made this prediction
that she's going to be everywhere.
You said she was even going to be at Walt Disney World as a princess.
Yep.
She's going to be cast in the next live action feature.
Yes. I think she's going to replace Vanna White on Wheel of Fortune.
They're just bringing her out everywhere.
Yeah, I think she might be one of the co-hosts of GMA. They might actually call her Dr. Hannah.
And they're gonna fire Dr. Oz.
Fire Dr. Oz. Comes out with his nonsense, new diet. Hannah could do that.
She gets the ratings.
The View. I think they could give her 3 seats. They could save money.
They're cloning her?
They're cloning her. 3 of the seats go to her. So it's like her and Whoopi and, one of the McCains or whatever.
And
And everyone else can go. You can just use Hannah for 3 of them.
And she's everywhere, man.
Is Judge Judy an ABC show?
I don't know.
Because she could be Judge Hannah.
Yeah,
whip her out for that.
Yep.
She could be one of the judges on American Idol.
Oh my God.
Okay. I mean, she can actually even she can do the Dancing with the Stars, but be the dance instructor.
She should do that.
She should do that.
They're going to do that. Everything you mentioned, somebody from ABC is jotting this down. Like other ways we can use.
Right. Because we do have a producer from ABC that listens.
Oh, we do?
We do.
She's probably jotting it down.
Because
like these are brilliant ideas to use. Keep using Hannah Brown.
Yes.
And they used her last night.
Yes. And they're going to keep using her. Ginger Z is terrified right now that she is going to lose the weather girl gig on Good Morning America to Hannah Brown.
Hannah Brown could do anything right now.
Anything.
She's ABC's queen.
Yes. I mean, I don't know how much more we have to see, but
apparently a lot. Because she's going to come back on The Bachelor again, too, to make us all be like, oh, my God, is Pete over Hannah?
Oh, my God. And then she'll be on that Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh, she was already.
Bachelor in the Jungle. That's a new show they're coming out with.
Bachelor in the Jungle. Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it like Naked and Afraid, but Bachelor?
They're in the jungle. Yeah, instead of putting them on a beach, they put them in like survival situations in the jungles of like, Nicaragua and stuff. Guatemala.
Man, these are like brilliant, golden ideas.
It's Bachelor in Paradise meets Survivor.
Oh my God.
Yep.
It's
coming out.
Naked and Afraid.
Next year. Meets Naked and Afraid, yeah. So we thought we'd do instead of doing like the typical Bachelor recap that all 7,000 other podcasts do.
They're all doing that right now.
Right.
We don't do that for you guys.
No.
We have original content.
Yes. So we came up with a segment, and actually you came up with this segment, the title. And this segment is called Scott and Mystic Michaela Talk to One Another as if they were on the first night of The Bachelor.
And let me just give you a little background info. Scott and I are sitting in bed watching this, cracking up hysterically, wondering what the hell awkward situation.
Yes.
Like, you're being filmed.
Yes.
You have to make an impression on somebody while you're being filmed. There's lights everywhere. It's so freaking awkward.
Right.
So that's why we came up with the segment. I'll repeat it.
Yeah.
Scott and Michaela talk to one another as if it was the first night of The Bachelor. Now, just to give you context, Scott is The Bachelor.
I am The Bachelor, and I will tell you, just like the show, this is very scripted.
This is scripted, just like the show.
So most of my jokes are off the cuff. That's why they all fall flat. But this is
scripted.
This is scripted.
We wrote this.
Yes.
We're going to get screenplay nominations and whatnot.
Well, we're going to win that podcast award.
Here we go.
All right, here we go.
I'm also the narrator.
You're the narrator, or am I the narrator? You
we should have really figured this out.
I think it works better with me the narrator.
All right, Scott, you're the narrator.
All right, picture it. Mm-hmm. No, that would be the Golden Girls. Picture it. The setting is a limo. You're going to play the characters of the Bachelorettes. What are they called?
Yeah, you're the Bachelor.
I'm the Bachelor and you're the girl. You're the girls. You're the cast.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
They get it.
Let's reset.
All right.
Setting. A limousine. I am standing outside the Bachelor mansion, which almost burned down. You come out, all nervous, and say,
"Oh my God, I'm so nervous.
Oh, you're so beautiful.
Oh my God. My aunt wrote you a letter. Family is so important to me. She wanted me to give you this letter. Her name is Beatrice."
Wait.
Yeah.
Beatrice?
Yeah, Beatrice.
My aunt's name Beatrice.
Wait, what? My aunt's name is Beatrice Rose.
No, my aunt's name is Beatrice Rose. Are we related?
No. I'll meet you inside.
Okay, I'll meet you inside.
Okay.
Let me go talk to the other 50 women.
Yes, I feel special.
Okay, so that was scene 1. Setting. We're on a cushy couch in a romantically lit outdoor patio.
Tell me something interesting about yourself right now.
I'm really shy, but when you really get to know me, you find out that I enjoy a Pepsi.
Oh my God. My Aunt Beatrice does too.
So does my Aunt Beatrice Rose.
Family is so important to me.
I'm nothing without my family.
My parents have been married 400 years.
Okay.
I painted you something. I painted you this bowl of fruit. And for some reason, I'm super nervous to give it to you.
Why are you so nervous?
It was really personal to me.
That's a very personal bowl of fruit. You have to go now. This other girl wants to cut in on your time.
Fine. I'm going to go cry in the corner now.
Okay. Next setting. That girl's now crying in the confessional room about how she only had 2 minutes.
It's not working out for me here. I don't know what I was thinking.
But it's working out for she didn't manifest. That's the problem. She did not manifest.
You got to go in there and you got to be manifest. Like, this is my man.
Yeah.
I am going to have.
Right. She's got to take your class.
This is it.
She's got to get that manifestation board.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if she got cut off or not. I had to stop watching. All right.
Yeah.
She
didn't.
She didn't? Okay.
No.
So she'll get a couple more minutes. All right. She's dating him now. All right. Setting. This is the last scene.
Actually, the girl that painted him the picture got the rose of the night.
The one that the picture of like
the Smoky
a mountain in Tennessee that looked like a fourth grader did it.
That got the first impression rose.
And it was like so meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I wonder where that painting is right now.
I mean,
honestly, it's in the garbage.
It wasn't that good.
I think Chris Harrison took it.
It was weird because I don't know if there were flowers or hearts on the bottom. I really studied it. And she's like, my dad and I painted this painting for you.
I'm going to tell you
like, what? That's creepy. Like, it's such a small painting. How did they both fit their arms painting it?
I'm going to say this is what happened to that painting. Now, you're going to think this is weird, but this is what happened to it. Mm-hmm. He left it on that couch.
Yeah.
A producer picked it up.
Yeah.
The producer then gave it to Chris Harrison.
Okay.
Who then Chris Harrison gave it to a girlfriend.
Yes.
So it's in the girlfriend's house of Chris Harrison.
Chris Harrison
if he has a girlfriend.
gifts these odd gifts from the women to the men to his own girlfriends.
That's what I would think. He's like, this is Bachelor memorabilia.
Yeah.
And they like go crazy for it.
They should have a Bachelor clubhouse.
Yeah.
Like all the years. Like the
Cohen?
Yeah, like Andy Cohen has. Yeah. And like all the memorabilia over the years.
They should.
Yeah. Like a museum. People would go see that.
They would.
I mean, they would.
Yeah, they would.
All right. Sorry. We got totally off
our game here. All right. Just remind people, our game we're playing is Scott and Mystic Michaela talk to one another as if it was the first night of The Bachelor. I am the Bachelor, and you're the rest of the women. Final scene, setting, a mini golf course.
I set something up for you here. It's not the producers. I literally set it up for you myself. Will you show me how to play this complicated game of what they call mini golf? As you can see, this mini golf course is a hydroelectric plant.
I'm glad it's a hydroelectric plant and not a windmill, because windmills, I hear, cause cancer. Whoa, you missed the shot. But I'll put the ball in the hole for you. I feel I'm on top of the world right now. My heart is ready for love and this fairy tale and this journey. I believe your heart is in it for the right reasons. Let me ask my friend Chris if I should marry you.
Family is really important to me.
And that is that segment of
the end.
If we spent the first night on The Bachelor. How do you come back from that? Like, what can we possibly do after that amazing segment?
We have to close.
We have to just close it up.
We're closing it up.
Just close it up, finish it. We're done.
Okay, so Thank you for listening today. A couple show notes going on. Mystic Michaela Spiritual Family Gathering is in Hollywood, Florida, February 7th through the 9th, and you can take a look at my events tab on my mysticmichaela.com website and see if you want to purchase a ticket for February 8th. It's a dinner, an open bar, and lots of fun, so I hope to see you there. Also, look for any sort of pop-up events or anything like that. Also, you might want to check out our Spotlight on a Client. You can follow her again on Instagram at Nikki Recruits. And I want to thank her for being our Spotlight on a Client today. You guys, I am so appreciative of you. Join me over at Mystic Michaela Spiritual Family, the closed Facebook group, and let me know what you think about Starseeds and all sorts of stuff. It is an ongoing, fun discussion over there. And this podcast is for you and about you, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Take care, guys.